Between 7 and 7:30 this morning, a male student entered Standley Lake High School cafeteria. He proceeded to light himself on fire.
Was there any truth to the rumors that he put oil on himself and those types of things?
That's all part of the ongoing investigation that I can't get into at this point.
And did that, some of the activity that he participated in, did that cause other fire concerns throughout the cafeteria where he was? Can you tell us how it spread or anything like that, Sharon?
No, it was contained to the cafeteria area. 2 cafeteria workers were able to get a fire extinguisher and extinguish the fire fairly quickly.
Are you
some sort of prank or was it a suicide attempt?
Well, that's what we're still trying to investigate. We have detectives on scene talking to students who were in and around the cafeteria area and who witnessed the incident.
Sherry, were any threats made to this school or anything that you guys were aware of ahead of?
We don't know of any threats ahead of time at this point, but that's something that we're looking into. Obviously, social media and that type of stuff we're looking at to see if there were any threats made.
Did other students participate or try to put the fire out at that point, and anybody else hurt?
Nobody else was hurt, except the cafeteria worker did sustain a minor injury to her hand. No other students were injured.
What are the extent of the injuries that the students suffered from?
I can't get into the nature of the injuries due to HIPAA.
What was going on at the time? Was school in session already, or?
There were some students, it was obviously early enough that it wasn't an entire school, but there were students in the school attending classes at the time.
In the cafeteria?
It's my understanding that there were a few students in the cafeteria area, but it wasn't full.
What grade
This
was
is going to
he
take a
in?
little while here to investigate, but can you give us an idea what your people will look at and how long they may have to be?
I don't have what grade he was in. Investigators will be here as long as it takes, one, to make sure that the school is safe, and to try to figure out just exactly what happened here today. Well, we're taking those precautionary measures. Nowadays, with everything that happens in these schools, we're going to go through the entire school, room by room, floor by floor, to make sure that there's not any other devices or anything like that.
We know school's canceled for the day. Tomorrow, you assume we'll be back to the district and back in session?
You know, I'll have to refer to the district on that. If our investigation wrapped up, school will be back in session tomorrow. You know, I'm not exactly sure what the district has in place, but absolutely in something like this, we'll do whatever it takes. We'll get those students whatever help they need.
Could you say,
Describe the fire. Was it small? Was it large? Was there smoke?
I don't have a lot of details on the actual fire itself.
could we ask a question in this direction here for our camera as well? Could you please repeat for us whether you know what grade he was in and what may have led up to this, anything at all?
We don't know what grade the student was in, and we're investigating what exactly led up to this incident this morning.
Okay, and as far as what was going on at the time in the cafeteria, what was scheduled to be going on at that time?
I don't have that information.
Okay.
I saw police bring dogs into the classroom or into the school. Why would they do that?
We're going to take every measure necessary to make sure that the school is safe. With things that have gone on in the schools recently, we don't have any indication that there's anything else going on in the school. We're just taking those precautionary measures to run dogs through to make sure that there's no other devices or anything in the school.
How was this handled as far as when this immediately happened? People were, of course, freaking out, all of that, but how did it go as far as getting the kids out of the school?
I don't have that information. Obviously, the cafeteria workers, it was confined to the cafeteria. The cafeteria workers did a phenomenal job containing it to the cafeteria and putting the fire out.
Can you tell us?
Okay.
Who the student is, if active with sports or any organizations on campus, anything you can tell us about the student?
That's still part of all what we're trying to find out at this point.
I know you can't talk about the extent of his injuries, but can you talk about whether his condition serious?
I don't have an updated condition from the hospital. He was obviously transported to a local hospital, but I don't have an updated condition.
Have you talked to his parents?
The parents have been notified, yes.
And you can even tell us about what they have to say or whether or not they knew anything?
That's going to be part of the ongoing investigation, so at this time we can't really comment on anything that they had to say.
And could you tell us more about what happens next as far as the counseling and whatnot? A little more about that.
Well, we're going to offer the students, the school district and everything is going to offer whatever counseling the kids need, obviously. It's pretty traumatic to witness something like this, and we're going to get them any help that they need to get through this incident.